Hi, this is Mr. Wang, and this will be a quick video tutorial on how to use JupiterEd to check your child's grades and to send messages to their teachers on questions about those grades or anything else. So you'll see on the left that there is a screen capture of an Apple device, and on the right there's a screen capture of an Android device. And the first thing I want to show you is how to get here. So if you're using your phone, you have to open your web browser, either Safari on an Apple device or Chrome, most likely on an Android device, and go to this website, login.jupitered.com. So once you go there, you will reach the same starting point I have on both phones currently. So if you're going along with me, go to this website and then you can continue. Once you're there, you'll be greeted with a message, if this is your first time, on how to add it to your home screen. JupiterEd does not have an app in the App Store. So the next best thing is to add the web page as a shortcut on your home screen. So I'm going to do it on the Apple device first. So it has directions in yellow. You have to click this icon on the bottom in the middle, and then you add it to your home screen. You choose this one. Then you choose the name that you want. I'm going to keep it as Jupiter. Then it appears on your home screen. Now you can just click it, and you can get there very easily. On an Android device, it's very similar, except you have to click the three dots, which is in the upper right-hand corner, and then you click Add to Home Screen. And again, you can choose the name. I'm going to call it JupiterEd, and it will be added to my home screen as well. So from here on out, I'm going to stick with the Android device because the directions will be the same. You should have received instructions on how to log in to your JupiterEd account. I have an example one posted on the screen, but before we get there, I want to make sure that you're in the correct tab. You'll notice at the top that there is a student tab, which is the default, a parent tab, sub, TA, and staff. You want to make sure you're on the parent tab, otherwise none of the login information will work. I also want to point out that if you are a Spanish speaker, there is a button on the bottom you can click on to turn all of these directions into Spanish. So make sure you see that if you need it. Then you just fill out the information. So I have a make-believe student in this case, Mr. Wang Jr. You have to make sure you type your child's name exactly as it appears on the direction sheet. You can also use the OSIS student ID as an alternative. So there is a temporary password here. It's RT62 in my case, but it will be different for everybody. If you don't have this information, you can contact any one of your child's teachers and they should be able to provide it for you. Then you put the school name, which is IS 190, and the city and state should be Bronx, New York. Then you click login, and it should ask you to change your password. And then you save the password. Then you'll be greeted with this information over here. You should fill this out. Check if your name is correct. There should be stuff filled out by default, your relationship to the student. If you want to get text message notifications, you need to put your mobile phone. And down here, you can choose what kind of notifications you get. Do you want email notifications, text message notifications? What kind of notifications do you want? Do you want them for the grades? Probably yes, I would check both of these, especially if you want the text message notifications. And you can choose when you want them to be sent. Do you want it sent once a week, if they're missing assignments, if the grade is lower than something, or just always? So those are all up to you. But more importantly, you can check the grades by default. So if you click this menu up here, you will see your child's classes listed here. This child only has science as the class, so I'm going to click on that. And it will take you to the grades, the current grades for the marking period. You can also see old marking periods up here. We are not in the third yet, so you can see first and second if you need to see it. And then you can see the overall grade. So this child has a 43%, not very good. But more importantly, you can look at why. Right? There are 4 categories of assignments. There's major assessments, which is 50% of the grade, classwork, which is 30% of the grade, homework 10%, class participation 10%. And more importantly, you can see every assignment that's ever been graded or posted, and you can see the grade that has been given for each. And you can even click on the assignment to see more details. For example, Google Meet participation on the 22nd. Why is that missing? If I click on it, there's a comment from the teacher here, came to class for the first 5 minutes but left. And that could be concerning to you. So I'm going to show you the next thing you can do on JupiterEd, which is sending a message to the teacher. So I'm going to click up here where it says message. And I'm going to make a new message to Mr. Wang, who is the science teacher. And I want to ask about that. I was concerned about the missing participation on the 22nd. Can you tell me more? And can Wang Jr. make it up? So I'm going to send this message. And the teacher will get it and will respond accordingly. And you will see the response in a moment. And if you just refresh the messages, you can see that there's a response to that original post. So that's how you can send messages on JupiterEd, check the grades, check the specific comments on the assignments. And if you do that, you can help support your child through this difficult time. Because, yeah, it's hard to do this remote learning stuff during a pandemic. We do understand that. So help us out by checking the grades and sending messages with any follow-ups and questions.